Wow, look who's finally starting to notice the change. Democratic Senator of Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, is saying that him being a pro Israeli senator is making him at odds with the Democratic base. Take a listen to this.
My heart breaks for what the Jewish communities suffered, especially after 10/7. I've had the honor of meeting, members of the hostages, former people that were kept underground for 500 days. I mean, those are heroes. I've met with widows. Their husbands were lost in the Gaza war, and they have 8 children, raising 8 children by their own. That's a hero for all of it. So for me, it's heartbreaking, and that's been what's so difficult for me is like being devotion to Israel becoming increasingly incompatible with being a proud Democrat now too, and that's put me at odds. And the things that put me at odds have all converged at the same time. The Gaza war, the peace deal, and then we moved right into a shutdown. Like now Democrats might not be allowed to hold these views.
Notice how he said devotion to Israel. It's a devotion to a foreign country. I don't know why any U.S. politician or why any citizen, for that matter, should care about having devotion for a foreign country. And he's out here acting like he's the poor victim. I'm at odds with. You're devoted to a foreign country and you represent the United States of America, and you're wondering why you're at odds with your base. And it shouldn't even be a Democrat or Republican thing. The Republican Party should have just as much anger towards anybody who worries about their devotion to a damn project in the Middle East. So this interview goes on, and honestly, it just gets worse and worse. Take a listen to a little bit more when talking about the younger generation's views on Israel.
You're saying it's becoming almost impossible to be an outspoken defender of Jews and defender of Israel and to be a proud Democrat. Why? Why is that happening? Why has that been allowed to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I've witnessed it. Like for 2 years, I've had protesters showing up at my home, in my office, and in public. We even with one of my kids, and now social media was an accelerant for anti-Semitism, and TikTok. There was the study, 17-1 anti-Israel for every one pro-Israel one, and the algorithm has accelerated this, and that's why we've lost the younger vote. And I struggle with the younger voters as well too, because that's a strong correlation with being very pro-Israel, and that's now being increasingly incompatible with parts of the base.
Let's just stop there before we go on a little bit more here. Here's the thing: he's blaming social media algorithms for their anti-Israel content, as if it's not the fact that when you are preaching the truth and when you're showing things that enrages people, that naturally goes more viral. You're telling me social media algorithms are wired to be anti-Israel with all of the control the pro-Israel crowd has on social media. That's the one thing they can't get right, is the control of the algorithms to make sure to make sure they're not anti-Israel. Really, really, the anti-Israel crowd are the people that are in control of the media. Give me a damn break. The truth of the matter is, people simply want to listen to things that are rational and make sense. And when you're out here preaching allegiance to a foreign country, people are not going to like listening to that. When you're bought out by an Israeli lobby, people don't give a shit what you say because you're a mouthpiece to a foreign government. And you're out here wondering, why don't people want to stand with Israel? Maybe it's because that country, that project in the Middle East, has pushed America into war after war after war, trillions of dollars added to the national debt. What does America get back in return? Stealing nuclear technology, stealing nuclear secrets, buying out our politicians. What benefit is this to America? It isn't. And yet, he's over here wondering, damn, I'm such a victim. Why don't they like me? It must, I know what it is. It's those damn algorithms. That's the real issue. It's not the fact that everything we're doing sucks. It's the fact that these algorithms just hate us. So we're just going to control the algorithm more. And instead of allowing what naturally goes viral to just do its thing, we're going to now censor that content that people like listening to and shove down their throat the propaganda that we want them to hear to make sure they support this project in the Middle East that's called Israel. That's the whole scheme here. And he doesn't understand that. Either he does understand that and he's playing stupid, or he doesn't understand that and he genuinely believes he's a victim. And I'm tossing and turning with which one I believe is the correct answer there. Okay. So she talks about why don't people support Israel? Maybe, I don't know, when people are seeing babies get their limbs chopped apart and blown up, I don't think it's going to be good PR for Israel. When people notice that Israel treats Palestinians like cattle in the West Bank, stealing their homes, video after video after video of old Palestinian families just being completely just pushed out of their homes, when Israeli settlers that come from Argentina are replacing the only and very few Palestinian Christian communities in Bethlehem, what do you think people are going to think? Oh, this is a great ally. This is what I want. This is what I want to support. This is what I like. Allegiance to a foreign country. How wonderful. How wonderful. That's so America first. So let's keep listening to this ridiculous interview. There's about a minute left of just what I wanted to show there.
You're saying it's become
parts of the base.
Do you see that changing? Is there a way to change those minds?
Right now, no, I don't. And I have no regrets. You know, I could keel over tomorrow, but one of the things I'm proud of is standing with Israel after the Gaza war. They deserved a committed voice through that terrible war. That's the worst since the Holocaust. And now the cheapening of our language, genocide, and using those terms. I mean, that's just categorically not what occurred in the Gaza war. And
why don't I stop right there? The cheapening of our language by calling what's going on a genocide. Listen to this, Fetterman. The only language here that's been cheapened is the word anti-Semitism for conflating it with criticism of Israel. You want to talk about cheapening language when we see babies getting blown to bits and you're worried about genocide being a cheapened word? While you're out here crying anti-Semitism every damn second that you get, nobody gives a shit about that word anymore, and you want to come out here and say the cheapening of our language? You're deluded. You're deluded. It's sick. It's sick. People wonder why people don't support Israel, yet you guys go on killing sprees, and then you have politicians trying to support it? Give me a break. The only language that's ever been cheapened, that continues to be cheapened, is crying anti-Semitism whenever somebody wants to question the actions of a foreign government. When our politicians are bought out millions of dollars by the Israeli lobby, and somebody calls it out and says our government is occupied, when you call it anti-Semitism, that's the only language that's been cheapened. Yet genocide, oh, that's the word. That's the cheapening of our language. What a hypocrite. You're sick. You're sick. And I can't wait until every politician that supported this project in the Middle East is finally booted out. Gen Z is sick of you guys. Listen to this very clearly. Your guys' time is running out. Gen Z is sick of it. They're sick of it. They're sick of this bullshit. Okay? They see what's going on. You guys use anti-Semitism as a word to stop criticism of that government. And when you guys do that, you come off hypocritical and fake and inauthentic. And Gen Z does not put up with that. So I can't wait till they take charge and all of this allegiance to a project in the Middle East that commits occupation and apartheid is ended. Your time's running out. So you can hold on to Israel for the little bit of time you have left, but guess what? It's not going to last. It's not going to last. And you're going to look back, and I hope you feel guilty. I hope you look back in sorrow for supporting the death of millions in every single war that America has took part in the Middle East, the millions in Iraq, and all of this support for Zionism, for the pro-Israel lobby that pushed America into all of these foreign wars, and you're worried about the cheapening of our language for genocide? You're sick. You're absolutely sick. So that's what I have to say to this. I usually just don't get riled up, but when I hear somebody and you're acting like a victim too, you're acting like a damn victim, the cheapening of our language, it's so sad. I'm this victim because I love Israel. I love a foreign government. I'm the poor innocent victim over here. When people call out genocide, it makes me feel bad. Shut up. Get out of here. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. You're vile. So that's it for this clip. I mean, I could show you guys some X comments if you want to see them. I think people are just like mocking him. Best pitch I've ever seen for Democrats in a long while by Crystal Bell. She's pretty cool. She's with Breaking Points. I like listening to them. I'm just spitballing here, but maybe it's something else. Israel's routinely shooting children in the head in Gaza. And yet this guy is blaming social media for the collapse of support for Israel among young Democrats. Or maybe it was assholes like this guy constantly tying every Jewish person to a genocidal ethno-state that accelerated anti-Semitism. Again, Crystal Bell's just like been killing it recently with her comments. Same with Glenn Greenwald, really big fan of this guy. So Israel loyalists believe a cause of Americans turning against Israel's social media allowed too much anti-Israel content. That's why a top Israeli goal is to get control of it. Note that Fetterman specifically blames TikTok, hence the ban and forced sale to Larry Ellison. So, why is a American senator, devoted to a foreign country? That's disqualifying. All alliances should be conditional and subject to change if they aren't working for America's benefit. So that's it with this for this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button below. Otherwise, I will just see you guys in the next video and last video for the day. Yeah, so take care, guys, and I'll see you in a second here. Bye.